Welcome to God's Perspective. In this world, each of us faces pressures and anxieties from family, career, and life. God's Perspective offers you divine guidance, allowing you to hear God's teachings and gain wisdom from above. We will provide you with unique insights from the perspectives of religion, the cosmos, philosophy, and life, guiding you towards a calm and happy inner world. Today we're sharing 60 truths. Listen patiently and strive to implement them, and you can achieve a happier inner world than 99% of the people out there.
Better to let money suffer a loss than to let people suffer, for wealth can be regained, but once trust is lost, it's hard to recover. Just as a tree lives by its bark, a person thrives on their reputation. Compromising others for self-gain ultimately leads to self-destruction, whereas integrity ensures enduring respect. Leave room in relationships. It ensures a joyful reunion in the future. Don't burn bridges, for ongoing affection lies in enduring connections, allowing paths to cross once again. In poverty, do not lose your dignity. In wealth, do not lose your sanity. Remain unflustered by change, with a heart content and open to joy, for satisfaction brings perpetual renewal. Blessings should not be exhausted, nor should power be fully expended. By leaving room for growth, the heavens reward the diligent, and acting within one's means ensures lasting endurance. Small ambitions lead to small successes. Great ambitions lead to great successes. With a broad heart, the world expands. With big dreams, the universe grows. It's not the mountain's height we fear, but the weakness in our legs. Climbing to the peak is for the brave. Treading firmly on the ground is for the wise. As grain must grow on its own, so must individuals strengthen themselves. Self-reliance is most commendable, and self-improvement is always admirable. Just as there is no month without rain, no one remains impoverished for a lifetime. The darkest night will brighten, and the thickest clouds will eventually disperse. Boldness conquers the world. Excessive caution makes it hard to move an inch. With boldness and meticulousness, success is achieved. Marching forward courageously ensures victory. As long as the Green Mountains remain, one need not worry about firewood. Green waters and mountains are indeed mountains of gold and silver, with resources that never run out. It takes 3 years to learn good habits, but only 3 days to learn bad ones. Goodness requires accumulation, while vices can be formed in a moment. The ability to pick something up is matched by the grace to put it down. Freedom comes from having no attachments, and it is a natural law of life that gain comes with letting go. Kind words are never spoken behind someone's back, just as backbiting never brings good words. Straight talk hides no deceit, and insincere words never truly come from the heart. Shade is best under a large tree, providing shelter and shade together. Endurance comes from collective support. People strive for higher places as water flows to the lower. Human set high standards and aspirations, while water seeks its survival in the depths. Every inch has its shortness, every foot its length. Everyone has their strengths, and no one is entirely perfect. A moon's missing slice doesn't dim its glow. A broken arrow doesn't lose its steel. Hardships do not alter one's original intention, and setbacks cannot extinguish one's fighting spirit. A journey of great ambition begins with a single step. All beginnings are hard, but progress is made one step at a time. Chasing two rabbits at once often ends with both escaping. Focusing on one thing makes you an expert. Biting off more than you can chew leads to failure. It's better to educate a child than to accumulate wealth. Better to read a book than to sit idly, for wealth turns to dust, but knowledge stays in the heart forever. No profession is noble or humble. Everything depends on the individual. Intentions make the difference between success and failure. Fear not scant knowledge, but rather a lack of ambition. Even the longest journey begins with a single step, and the tallest skyscraper starts on the ground. Hunger breeds cunning. Poverty fosters wisdom. Adversity produces talent, and hardship brings forth intelligence. As long as you strive to improve, never fear being looked down upon. Persevere, and the heavens will aid you. With perseverance, all is achieved. Without it, all falls apart. Steadfastness is the rock. With unwavering will, success is inevitable. No obstacle is insurmountable, no gap unbridgeable. Before difficulties, the brave prevail. Reading about something is not as good as seeing it. Seeing it is not as good as practicing it. Knowledge lies in application, and skills are honed by doing. Stepping back opens up vast horizons. Patience brings peace in turbulent times. Wisdom lies in seeming foolish, and courage in appearing timid. Giving roses leaves a lingering fragrance in your hands. Acts of kindness spring forth like a fountain, leaving a legacy of benevolence. A drop of water's favor should be repaid with a spring's gratitude. Gratitude as heavy as a mountain, affection as deep as the ocean. Bitter medicine cures illness. Candid advice corrects behavior. Bitter truths heal diseases, and hard truths mend the heart. Chasing a dog into a dead-end alley turns the dog against you. Cornered beasts will turn, leaving no escape for their pursuer. One righteous force can suppress 100 evils. Rare sights breed many superstitions. Maintain integrity, and no evil can touch you. Where there are mountains, there are paths. Where there are rivers, there are ways to cross. Since ancient times, obstacles have been overcome with ingenuity. 30% depend on the manager, 70% on the employees. United in effort, overcoming adversity together.
People fear temptation, just as ponds fear seepage. Control desires to prevent downfall.
No work for a day, no food for a day. Hard work brings wealth. Laziness leads to failure. Stones remain when water recedes. A good person remains untarnished by slander. 10 fingers are not of the same length. No one is perfect, and all materials have their flaws. Good seedlings make half the harvest. A good wife brings half the fortune. Harmony brings prosperity, and well-being naturally follows. Stormy relationships rarely last, while those that fluctuate like warm and cold water tend to endure. Love deep as the ocean, affection as light as water. Just as rain falls from the sky and water flows on the ground, couples should not hold grudges after arguments. Passing squalls yield to a unified journey. Poverty brings sorrow to a couple, yet shared hardships can deepen love. A harmonious relationship between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law is worth more than gold. Harmony brings wealth. Family unity brings joy. You won't be poor from eating or wearing clothes. It's failing to plan that leads to lifelong poverty. Thrift is a virtue, planning a priority. Don't get angry. Anger brings illness, and no one can suffer in your place. Serenity leads to far-reaching achievements, calmness to health. Comparing goods may lead to discarding them. Comparing people could lead to despair. Satisfaction brings happiness. An open heart brings health. A laugh can make you feel a decade younger. A happy mindset is the secret to longevity. Contentment brings peace. Greed invites trouble. Be satisfied with what you have. Avoid greed. Understand the big things clearly, but let the small things blur. Distinguish right from wrong and take life lightly. If I get it, I'm lucky. If I lose it, it's fate. Accept what comes and go with the flow. When the heart is as still as water, no waves can disturb. The world then becomes vividly clear before your eyes. Actions speak louder than words. Facts over eloquence. Prove your worth through actions. Find truth in practice. To cherish what you've gained is to possess it. Look forward to the future, and it will unfold before you. Contentment brings constant joy and a focused heart. Greed fills you with endless worry, leaving no peace. Trying is the starting point of growth. Courage, the driving force. Only by taking that step can you see a different world. Failure is not the end, but the beginning of success. Every attempt is a step closer to wisdom. Everyone's life is a performance, and you are the protagonist. The stage is yours to perform, life yours to control. True strength lies in heartfelt forgiveness. Find power in forgiving. Seek resolution in understanding. That concludes today's 60 Truths. Please choose the truth you find most meaningful and share it with everyone for mutual encouragement. May God bless you.